Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today we're going to have a reading for overcoming a specific obstacle. So we're going to get some cards first so that you can pick your deck. So the first obstacle we have to overcome is going to be represented by the card Innocence. And the second obstacle we have to overcome is going to be represented by the card Ten of Swords. And the third option and third obstacle we're going to have is, okay, I'm going to get just one of these cards. The Great Bear. So I'm going to leave the cards here for a little while so that you can concentrate on your specific obstacle you have to overcome right now and what information you would want to have today on that resolution and on helping you on your path right now. So I will see you on the first reading of the decks. So for the first card, we have the card Innocence. And this card is representing the obstacle we have to overcome right now. And now I'm shuffling the cards so we can have some more information about this obstacle we have to overcome right now. Isolation. So I'm going to put this right here. And then we have receptivity, guilt, existence, abundance, experiencing, and finally we have morality. So now I want to get us some advice about this obstacle. Okay, we already have Three of Cups, Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Fool, Judgment, and the Empress. Okay. So, before we continue, I would like to get us some oracle cards so that we can clarify the way to overcome this specific obstacle. Okay, so we have Min, which is the equivalent to the Devil card, and we have Horus. Can you see it? Maybe I'll put it here. So, right away, I see that this obstacle we have to overcome has something to do with our connection to other people. And I don't feel this is a person who has no connections. It's just that the type and the quality of the connections has a lot of maybe baggage from other people that is creating extra weight and extra confusion. And I think that this person approaches relationships in a way that is very childish and abundant and pure. And I think that not applying certain patterns of behavior that other people abide by, certain rules, this person is creating a sort of a disconnection. It's not that either way is wrong. But the thing is, I think that this person, who I believe is a very creative person, the way that this person lives and experiences life is a bit too childlike, and the lack of modulation is creating this feeling of disconnection. And it's not real, it's just that the rules that you are using for applying, they're not the same as the others. But I think that that's something that you can change easily, although it might make you feel like you have restrictions, because for creative people to abide by certain rules, it becomes restrictive. It becomes sometimes maybe even suffocating to have to abide by certain rules. But the thing is, sometimes they are very useful, and knowing those rules is going to empower you. Yeah, so I see that to overcome this situation, we might have to get more knowledge and more life experience in using these rules in a way that makes us feel like we can create and doesn't make us feel like we are stuck or confined. And I think that is exactly the trick here. It's to understand how to use these rules in a way that is fruitful for you, how to use the rules in your favor. Yeah, so I'm going to get some more on this specific issue, because I think that although this specific issue comes from a certain innocent way of being, it's kind of giving you a lot of anxiety. I feel just a lot of mental fog and sadness. And I think that comes from a tremendous knowledge that this person has of how good life can be, how beautiful life can be if it's lived in a certain way, and somehow the reality is not matching the ideal. And it's not an ideal that is based on just dreams or lack of knowledge exactly. It's maybe because there were some experiences in the past which were really nice, you know, really fulfilling and rich and happy. And those experiences put you in a state of receptivity, of receiving, of openness. And you want to be like that all the time. But I think that that's not the way to go, because if you want to impose that way onto reality and onto other people's experiences, you will feel cut out, you will feel cut off, you'll feel like cast aside, because people will not match that expectation. So I want to clarify this confusion and feeling of defeat, and yeah, it's really causing you a lot of pain, a lot of mental energy is going into this. Yeah, it might even be creating a lot of conflict outside, like with your close ones, or So what is the advice? Aside from looking at this, because I think you start creating when you start seeing things in a more neutral, from a more neutral perspective, and not having so many feelings, you know? So how would you have this neutral perspective? Queen of Cups. So I think that you really have to like sift through your feelings right now and see what is going on. You have to understand what is going on inside you. Yeah. Because the feelings are creating a certain mental environment. And how is it going to? Four of Cups. Yeah, I think that just the knowledge of the feelings is going to be what really makes you start something new. Yeah. And being persistent, grounded in reality, grounded in your body. I would say also that feeling your body in any way, with exercise, with some sort of sensual experience, something that will arouse your senses, and it will make you feel more grounded in your experience. So exercise, walk, feel the air in your skin, on your skin. Somebody give you a hug, somebody like squeeze you, you know, squeeze your body, and breathe next to someone and be in contact with others. Yeah. Because I also feel like this has a lot of abandonment issues. So the way you overcome this obstacle is you tell your body that that's not true. You tell your spirit that's not true. You tell, your heart that's not true. You have to have some kind of proof that that's not true. And just being in your head is not going to work, because your head is not helping. Your mind is not helping. It's just creating more discord. Yeah. Feel your body and feel your environment, your specific environment around you, and breathe it in. Take it in, and you will release this energy quickly. Yeah. And this is the way you're going to be truly in control of your experience again. Because it's going to be a way of creating that is structured by a plan. I see you having a plan and sticking to it and being disciplined about the way you experience your reality. Yeah. And this way you will get the abundance that you need to move on, because there's a lot to take away from this experience. There's a lot of knowledge that comes from this process. It might even be something that you can teach others, some sort of somatic experience. It's like the process of relieving yourself from sadness. And if you can do that for yourself, because so many people have, different techniques and are helping each other and helping their own loved ones because they are releasing, you are going to also manifest that into your reality, because whatever conflict is happening, I think a lot of it is fueled by this. And you are now seeing that you, by having this memory of such beauty, you are also contributing to others if you can talk about it, or you can pass it on in a way that that the people can understand you, and they can reflect back that happiness and that pleasure, that joy. Because it's not like people don't want to see that beauty or to come with you side by side and go through that like ecstatic experience. It's just that most of them don't know what you're talking about. And I think that you need to be clear about your vision and about what you are. And the way to communicate with other people is also to understand where they are coming from and to try to meet in the middle where both people are talking about the same thing, or at least trying their best to, because that's already very, very hard usually. But understand that sometimes people are not quite, they are just not in tune with your own experience. And it's just lack of communication. And if you're so overwhelmed by your feelings, then the communication gets harder and harder. So please try to calm down your mental energy. Because if you do, you will have a more structured experience based on the same rules as the others, and you will communicate better. I see that overcoming this obstacle is something that is bringing you a lot of mental anguish, and I think you might even feel guilty. Yeah, I think that's a big part of the weight of this whole situation, is that you might feel guilty for some inner beauty that you present naturally to the world, and maybe you feel like you didn't do anything to have that beauty, and maybe you don't deserve it because you didn't have some sort of struggle. And that is it in of itself is putting a lot of guilt in your pleasure, or in what gives you pleasure, in doing exactly what you want. And that maybe is why people don't understand. They don't understand that you are doing things not because you want to, but because you feel guilty. And then it just creates more, more separation. This is it's quite abstract, but at the same time it's really something that has such a tangible effect in your life. I think that's also why it's coming up now, because now is the time for closure on this, and you are going to overcome this. Because you have what it takes. You do have what it takes to embody that beauty without the disconnect. And I think that connection, it will come. Certainly. It will come. And it has to do with the way you present yourself, and especially focused on communication. So besides trying to harmonize your emotions with your body and having some sort of somatic experience, some, dance, some type of exercise, something that has you feeling you are embodied and you are here and you are present and you're strong. Feel your muscles, feel your breath, feel the way the blood circulates, especially blood circulation. I don't know why. So maybe like running, putting the blood circulating properly. and with writing. So the connection is made also by writing, communicating in a way that is clear, in a way that is loving. And I see that writing will help a lot. Yeah. So if you have to write, I always recommend the Artist's Way, the morning pages. They certainly worked for me, because if you have a lot of this negativity to process when you wake up and you go straight to the notebook to write, it just clears the air. It just clears your mind and clears your focus. Is just so much better if you clear away the clutter. Also, because I have a lot of dreams, I don't know if you also do, it's really nice to write the dreams as you wake up, because many of them have some sort of message that is useful, and if you put it on paper, you feel like, okay, now it's just not clouding my mind anymore. I have space for the other stuff, because if I want to remember the dream, it's written already. I'm not going to forget it. And also writing makes you understand. So if you have to write, if you have to record your own voice, record your own your own conversation, also it might also help, because I see that first the work has to happen with yourself, just with you, and then you can move on to the connection with others, and then you'll be much more confident and much more centered in your own reality. So yeah, releasing the guilt from having joy in your life and connecting with others in this pure form that is innate to you is going to have such a positive impact in your self-esteem and in the way you see yourself. It's going to be an amazing story of overcoming, and it's such a specific obstacle, but it was very inspiring to me. It's very beautiful and subtle, and I see someone who has a very elegant way of looking at existence, and it's almost like moving. It's so pure. It's so, I think a lot of people go through a lot of meditation and spiritual work to achieve this childlike innocence that is innate in you. So you have a beautiful soul, and you just need to know that in order for other people to know how to interact with that, you have to be clear about what you want, about your style of communication has to be in tune with who you are. And that will manifest this abundance that you already have inside. It will be manifested outside, and you will be able to use that power to whatever you want to create, whatever is your creative endeavor, and to also enrich tremendously other people's lives because of that. It's very inspiring reading. So yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful manifestation, and thank you so much for this. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and I hope you comment if this is your story, because I would really like to know more about this. Please subscribe to the channel, and I am now available for personal readings, so all the information is in the description box below, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye. Hello, if you chose the second tarot deck, we have the challenge as the 10 of Swords, and now we're going to get more information on what this challenge is and how to overcome it. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Fool, Knight of Cups, 2 cards. Okay, so the Chariot and the Sun. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to get some clarification on this challenge and how to overcome. This is an urgent challenge, something that you have to overcome right now. We have the 6 of Swords, the Prince of Wands, the 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Now I would like some further clarification on this challenge and how to overcome it. The Scarab, and the Nile River. Okay. So I think that this challenge has something to do with a particular set of people in your life. And with all the swords here, I think there's something not just the swords, but also this combination here, King of Pentacles and Chariot change, then having the Sun, and I see something that maybe has to do with something that was written, either written or being said. I see something about communication, but it's not a communication that is very personal. I see something that is like official. So I actually think this challenge has to do with some type of law. Did you have to be subjected to some type of loss because of a certain law that passed, and that some judgment was made on your situation? That made you have to move or to leave a certain situation. It can be a job, or I actually don't see this as an intimate relationship or an intimate situation. I see this as more of work related, or something to do with your financial or property ownership, or where you live, or your home. But specifically, it's more focused on what you do than where you are. But something had to change because of this rule, new rule, or a new set of rules that made an impact on you. And maybe this person was, it can be a boss, but it can also be a more structural and kind of neutral situation. So like the laws of your country, or oh my god, this is, sorry, the focus is really bad today, sorry. Okay, I hope this is okay now. So but I see you overcoming this by having a very strong decision and not being afraid of that decision at all. And I think that someone is coming with help for you, but I don't think that this person is fully aware of this situation, although he or she wants to help you. They might not be as knowledgeable as you even about this situation. So I think that what you have to do is just be confident in yourself that you can do it, that you can read the fine print, you can go through the documents, you can be the one to save yourself in this situation. Help is coming anyway, but it's just that it's not help from that is coming in a way that you expect. I'm sorry. So I want to know more about this situation. So a bit of clarification on this. Okay, the Sun card. We have two suns. Two of Swords. Princess of Cups or Page of Cups. Nine of Cups, Page of Cups. The Hangman. The Chariot has the clarification for Two of Wands. It's Two of Wands. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So making a choice and being very, very resolute is the advice here. Yeah, the Fool again. So maybe you thought this person that was coming to help had the key to solve this problem, but suddenly you realized, no, I am the one who is going to be solving this problem. So you study and you read and you stop this for as long as you need to. Don't rush into anything without knowing exactly what you're doing, because once you feel like you know exactly what you're doing, things are just going to be magically, resolved, because you will feel the power you will feel will make everything work. And so you will not feel that you were thrown around or that you're powerless. Yeah, I see that this is the most important thing that you have to take away from this situation, is that you're not powerless if you take the time to study and to clearly get all the different factors right and have all the details that you need to make an informed and precise decision. So it's only when it clicks for you, it's only when, okay, I'm ready. Now I don't feel insecure, now I don't feel like I'm indecisive. When you're ready, you will feel like you're ready because you'll feel confident. And that is the way to solve this situation. So don't get stuck by, having this nightmarish perspective on things, because the only thing you need to know is to, first of all, trust yourself. Know that many people can come with different information, but some of it might not be what you truly need to proceed. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable or doubtful, then that's not the way to go. You have to resolve this from a place of confidence and strength and resolve. And that is the way to find balance afterwards and to find a peaceful state. And also a place where you can feel safe. So have an understanding, meticulous approach to this situation and give yourself time to study and to be with the clear mind, because we can't be confused by certain situations. We have to, in order to have agency and to have autonomy and responsibility, we have to study certain aspects of our existence, specifically our social, material, and legal aspects, because we can't be detached from that in order to feel confident, to feel like we have power. So yeah, I see you crafting your ability to overcome this situation by studying and analyzing with a clear mind and with confidence in yourself and in your own ability to understand. Even though you can have different feedback, focus on your own understanding, because the feedback it will take you just to a certain point. After that, you have to have confidence in yourself, and in order for you to have confidence in yourself, you have to do the work to get you in that peaceful state and sure of yourself. Yeah, so this is what I see for you today. What a cool reading, inspiring, and it has a lot of hope. There's the bright future after a little bit of meticulous planning and organization. I see this is it's an approach of your mind tools. It's a call for you to use those tools to achieve your self-confidence. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you did, please hit the like button And please subscribe to the channel and comment with your story if you feel like so. I am now available for personal readings, and all the information is in the description box below. And thank you so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye. So now we're going to have a reading for the third deck, and this challenge that we have to overcome is represented by the Great Bear, which is also the card for judgment in this specific deck. And we're going to have some more tarot cards to clearly see what this challenge is about. 6 of Arrows, of Swords, 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Stag. So right away I feel like there's some similarity between this specific deck and the second deck. So if you feel like watching the second pile, maybe it's helpful. So we have a lot of cards that just flew out. Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, the Fool, 10 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and the last one is the Tower card. Okay. There's a lot of brightness on this card. So I feel like this situation is very has a long process. I think this is something to do with property or inheritance. Might not be, but I also feel like somebody has to do with somebody going to the other side, with somebody who is not in the physical plane anymore. And I think that left a specific void in your life. And it was unexpected. Something was unexpected. I think that this loss, this is not someone that went away recently. I think this is in the distant past somehow. More than a year or two. And I think that made you learn a lot. I can't stop shuffling, so I feel like this is something that had a lot of... There was a lot to do afterwards. There's a lot. But I think that now that you have the opportunity to change things, and maybe that's the obstacle, and that's why you are getting advice, because I think that some things are going to change now, And I think also that justice is going to be done. And there are a lot of people who are going to be not so happy with this. You know what? I also saw some movement in this card. So I think that by understanding more about this situation and exactly what you have on your hands right now, that you have the ability to also use this whole situation in favor of your position. So I want to know more about this tower, because the tower is also always something unpredictable and something that you don't control. Okay. The cards are kind of flying out of my hands, so it's like they want to be seen, and two of them came out. It's the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles. So I believe that actually now I'm really changing a little bit the story, because I think that the tower came from the fact that people didn't expect your position to be so clear, and they didn't expect you to be such an able person, to have such determination and the ability to manifest, the ability to materialize, to make things happen in the material plane. I think that people were expecting you to just submit. Okay, I want more about this person who... Okay. The Princess of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups. What about this specific situation that is changing? Six of Swords. Six of Cups. I think this is going to be a very beneficial result for you. Very, very abundant, and you will be celebrating this. Yeah, Two of Wands. You're coming off really powerfully in this situation, and justice will be done, either people like it or not. I think that even though people were surprised by your attitude and your like go-getter, you know, manifester, powerful approach, either way they were going to have to deal with this resistance. I think that it was really meant to be. It was destined to be like this. And people didn't realize that. They didn't know that, but you knew. And it was something that came, it was like lightning, you know. For other people, it was really hard to process. But for you, it was just you coming into yourself and growing up and being involved, because I think that before you were kind of like in the shadows or just learning, you know, where you were, but because 10 of swords here, I see it two ways. It's either you are the master and you've been through a lot, so now you know and you can teach, or you are still learning and you're going through the pains, you know, or the pressure, and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling burdened and tense and needing help. So I think you went from one stage to the other in this specific situation. And instead of being burdened and of feeling down, you went and you manifested your inner abundance by carefully studying and knowing the truth of this situation and how to do things, how to make things happen, and then you made things happen. So what I see here actually is you are now facing the complete closure of this long process. So the challenge, I would say, is keeping your course, keeping your north. You knowing where you're going. Because, you know, I also see in this card, I also feel like the stars with the Big Dipper and the Northern Lights. And this is, of course, polar bear. So what I see is, you know where north is, so you know the truth. Even if you go through darkness and to see that truth, you come out and you face it. It's impossible not to. So these people just didn't understand that they had to face this also with you. So now everybody's coming to terms with a certain truth. And it's not only with your position on this, although it was very surprising and it was really not welcomed. So the advice here is to keep doing the work slowly and surely, because after this, there's a lot to do. There's still a lot to do. So you have to have that energy, because you had to break through. In the beginning, you had to break through, you had to break the barriers, and you had to be forceful and kind of explosive. But now you have to be, you know, step by step and creating your reality in a slower pace and gradual, incremental effort. Tell me more about this challenge and how to overcome it. Okay, so I see there's still some mental suffering coming from this situation that you have to release. yeah, so 2 cards came out like this. And I think that it's by starting this new creative endeavor and having a hands-on experience that's going to make this work and for you, and it's going to have a lot of, I see so much abundance. I see someone very, very successful materially, very, very, very successful, incredibly successful. And although now you might feel like you're in a bit of a tighter situation money-wise and in terms of your resources, that will change dramatically. And how will it change? Seven of Swords. And 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think it will change when you know exactly where to apply your resources. Because right now I think you're kind of confused because maybe you have many ideas. But don't rush it, because you will have to have the energy to put in daily effort. So know that you will have that hands-on experience and you will stop feeling so anxious and confused once things start slowly moving. And once you focus on one step in front of the other. So this is a person who is manifesting a lot of abundance for yourself and for others around you, and even generational wealth. So managing a lot of powerful information and powerful state, I see. There's a lot of value here, not only for yourself. So you are very responsible and you are determined. You just have to clear a little bit your mind and not worry so much, because the worry will just create a lot of mental anguish and a lot of confusion. It will make you feel like you don't know, but you already do. So you'll just be confused. So enjoy the process. Just enjoy the process of changing, because I see this is also something that is creating some anxiety, is the fact that things are changing and that you have to adjust your routines and adjust the patterns of behavior, but it will come naturally. So a lot of material blessings in this reading. So what a lucky person in terms of material wealth. You are amazing manager, amazing at, articulating all the different aspects of the material well-being for you, for your family, and for others. So yeah, I hope you liked this reading, and if you did, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel and comment with your experience in the comments section, please. I would really love to know more about your stories. And now I am available for personal readings, so all the details are in the description box below. And I thank you so much for your attention and for receiving this information. You are such a blessed person, and I wish you all the best and so much luck with these amazing material and abundant and creative blessings. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.